Man, oh man, we're looking crisp tonight, man. We're looking crisp. 60 FPS. We're not going to have any volume issues. We're not going to have any glitching issues. Jesse may be glitching himself out of the venue, though. I think he's having problems. I think I passed my problems off to him in Chicago. AEW Dynamite, man. Did they hit a grand slam tonight? No. No, they didn't. More like a ground rule double, bro. What is this guy texting me, man? He's got to restart his PC. Oh, my goodness. More like a ground rule double, man. But it was better than the last 2 weeks. Unbelievable tag team match with Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher against the Young Bucks. Darby and Mox in the main event. Bryan and Nigel McGuinness. And we got the debut of MVP. And he's teasing he's not alone. Yes. We will discuss. I'm going to the venue, man. It's rainy, it's foggy, it's humid in Atlantic City. So I'm drinking in my mother's basement tonight, man, where it's air conditioned and the drinks are ice cold. And if you guys hear police sirens, I mean, I would want to pull me over too. I mean, look at what I'm driving. Anyway, guys, we're going to the venue. I'll meet you guys over there. And when I walk through those doors, I want to know on this Wednesday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite Post Show for September 25th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Wednesday evenings, wherever you may be. And it looks like my partner on Wednesday nights finally arrived at the venue, bro. I was worried about you, man. I didn't know where you were. Who's going to make the drinks tonight, man?
I was here the whole time. No problems, no issues, nothing to see here, brother.
I thought you were on the run like Eric Adams, our mayor, bro. I mean, he's getting indicted.
What is going on in New York, man?
I don't know, man. It's listen, man. I'm gonna blame Diddy.
Well,
It's all his
look.
fault.
They can share a cell together, them and that key that they passed out last year.
Oh yeah.
What is going on in New York?
I don't know. I don't even want to. I'm not even there right now. I don't even want to go back.
You know, I can't deal with your corrupted, crime-ridden city. Can't you be more like Chicago, nice, peaceful, and pure?
Yeah, sure. If I could stay in Wicker Park, yeah. I'd gladly stay over there, man. I may look for an apartment over there.
You mean Yuppie Park?
Oh yeah.
My God.
Absolutely.
You know where I'm going to take you? I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Next time you come in, since you are in love with Yuppieville, I'm going to take you to Wrigleyville, man.
I don't want to go to Wrigley.
Oh, I'm taking you to Wrigleyville.
Fuck the
No,
Cubs,
it's not Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville. It's an area. It's a
okay.
town.
Am I going to get stabbed?
Not in Wrigleyville.
Okay. Is it
They'll
Yuppieville
probably-
too?
Oh, it's extreme Yuppieville.
All
They'll
right.
take your wallet. They'll take your wallet, take your credit cards, fix your credit, then put your cards back in for you and give it back to you.
Sounds like my type of people.
Man, that is definitely right up your fucking alley, bro.
AEW tonight, bro, was around my people in New York City, Queens, Arthur Ashe Stadium. I would not be JD from New York and villain to AEW elitists worldwide if I didn't point out that the attendance for tonight's show was less than last year's AEW Grand Slam. Just want to throw that in their face. So when there's problems, I have to call them out because that's what I do. A lot of people were sugarcoating that this evening on social media, and I know AEW had a lot of walk-up sales, which is good for them, but attendance was down from last year, so I feel changes need to be made. But regardless of that, Jesse, I thought tonight's show was a good show. It was much better than last week. It was much better than the week before that.
Okay, I thought you were getting ready to say it was a bad show.
No,
Come on,
no.
man.
It wasn't a bad show. I actually liked a lot of what we saw tonight, minus a couple of things. But Grand Slam, good show from Arthur Ashe. Energy was there throughout the 2 hours. We got the Nigel and Bryan match, which was, to me, a complete shit show the way we got here over the last couple of weeks. It was all Nigel and no Bryan. And then Darby Allin gave up his World Championship opportunity and lost it tonight to Jon Moxley. But that wasn't the biggest story. Those weren't the biggest stories of the entire night, as MVP is now all elite, and he did more than tease just a Bobby Lashley appearance. He teased the Hurt Business, joining AEW television when he met face-to-face with Prince Nana, and Swerve is going to be involved with MVP in some way, shape, or form. That was the biggest takeaway, man. But I'll leave it off to you. What did you think of Grand Slam tonight, and where do you want to start the discussion tonight?
I thought it was a damn good show, man. I actually enjoyed it. Look, it wasn't a perfect show. And I don't know if the last few weeks have lowered my standard, but nonetheless, both me and my son sat there and we actually enjoyed the show tonight, man. It's a pretty damn good show. I mean, if this show was par for the course, then this is pretty much what I'm asking for when I turn on the TV to watch, Dynamite. Could it be much better? Yeah. Didn't it be a banger, knock out of the park home run show? Could it have been worse? It could have been much worse, and I would have came here to shit on it. But this was a good show. I'll take this. This is fine. I want to start with the main event because watching Darby Allin in the main event is becoming one of my favorite things to do in all of pro wrestling. Putting them in a match with Moxley, just inject that shit into my veins, please. And I'll take that. And then the ending that we got was, the ending was good. I'm not on board with why Private Party came out for all of this, but whatever. I'm now looking forward much more to Bryan and Moxley, and it feels like they're getting ready to crown Moxley again and have him run roughshod over the company. What do you think?
It certainly looks like that to me. It feels that way for sure. I don't know if that's going to involve a certain McMahon. We don't know if Shane's coming in or not. I do believe at some point he will be coming in. My prediction was the 5-year anniversary show in 2 weeks, but I don't I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I haven't really gotten any more clues, or we haven't gotten any more clues, I should say, about what's going on there. It's basically Bryan and Moxley, and they're building that. The one thing I was happy about with this situation here, because this is where we're going into Wrestle Dream with Moxley challenging Bryan for the World Championship. You know, I was very skeptical that AEW was even going to address Bryan and Moxley and what happened at All Out. I felt like we weren't going to get any forwarding, any progression from the suffocation spot that was done in Chicago at All Out. But I am happy to report that after Bryan beat Nigel in the opening match, we had to wait till the very end, and then he finally showed face. And when Mox beat Darby, Bryan did show up and almost gets a little bit of a revenge spot when he was choking out Jon Moxley with what looked to be shoelace, or a rope. But I'm glad that they actually. I'm glad that they actually. Was it a tie?
It's a necktie. I mean, Bryan's getting fired again, right?
I don't know. Whatever the fuck it was. I'm just glad that Moxley got choked out. So I'm glad that they actually played tit for tat there. Bryan got some revenge on Jon Moxley. But like you said, Private Party coming out and Commander coming out. I mean, it's about Moxley and Bryan. And then when they came out, the crowd, I literally felt the energy of the crowd was like, who the fuck are these guys? Like, what the fuck are they doing out there? Why are they out here?
Now, I appreciate trying to give them a little rub, a little shine in the main event, just, by proxy. But you got to make it make sense. And if you start telling me, well, it makes sense because of Collision and everything else, no, I'm sorry. They feel like they had no business out there helping Bryan. That's all.
No. I mean, whatever. Moxley smashed a hammer on Isaiah Cassidy's hand. That's what they're going. That's what they're going with there. I mean,
we get that. I mean, the crowd was literally telling you who they wanted to come out and save Bryan.
Yeah,
you didn't get him.
No, I mean, I didn't care for that aspect, but I'm just glad we got some progression as far as that, and hopefully they continue to build that. They have to. I mean, we have it's September 25 right now. We got 3 weeks till Wrestle Dream, so that's more than enough time to really get some good dialogue flowing and some good face-to-face between Moxley and Bryan. So I trust that they will do that and forward that story. I do think Moxley's going to win the World Championship. It's quite bizarre that he's not dropping the title back to a swerve, or there were rumors that Darby was going to win the championship in Tacoma. But it looks like Tony Khan may be transitioning Bryan into semi-retirement. He's going to go get surgery for whatever is ailing him, and he's going right back to his tried and true, Jesse, and that's Jon Moxley. No matter what Tony Khan has done or has embraced in the past as far as problems, he's always had Jon Moxley to lean on. Why do you think he's going back to Jon Moxley in this case? What does that mean to you if we are looking at potentially Jon Moxley becoming the AEW World Champion again?
Well, it feels like that they have a juicy storyline or a new setup for Moxley in the BCC, and it looks like that's going to be the priority as far as storylines going to company, and Mox is going to lead it. And I don't want to say Mox is with a new gimmick. It's not a new gimmick, but he has a new agenda. I like that one. He's got a new agenda. He seems fucking serious. I'm into it. They're going to put the title on him. No title run for Moxley has ever failed in any way. And right now, outside of Max, and Max is unavailable right now, it does feel like that this was a transitional run for Bryan. They want to make sure that he was world champion in AEW before all was said and done. So it's not a knock on Bryan if it's a short-lived reign. They just want to give the man a title because they feel he deserves it, and so do I. But as far as storylines going forward with the world title, I don't see a bigger name than Moxley right now to carry it. Everyone else is injured, tied up, or not at that level yet. So it's never a bad thing to give the title to Moxley as long as it makes sense. And they got some direction with him. He's realigning his crew. He's setting up future story, and you want to make him world champion. I'm on board.
Yeah, it's crazy. Moxley, potentially being the world champion again. MJF is off television right now. I see some people in the chat asking where MJF is. New York, and you don't have MJF on the show. He's filming a movie right now, so good for him. Swerve is out of commission right now, selling the effects of what happened in the steel cage match at All Out. I would have put the title on Adam Page. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my guy right there. He is tied up with fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, my God.
On Collision in a lumberjack strap match. How creative that is, Tony. I would have put the belt on him. That's just me, though. I know Jesse would do the same thing. We have Will Ospreay. He's feuding with the Don Callis family. It looks like something is brewing there. So, I mean, everybody else right now that you would think that would be in title contention is not, because they're tied up in other things. So Jon Moxley is the direction that they're going in. How we get there, do we see Shane? Do we see a whole new Blackpool Combat Club kind of reform with ex-WWE guys? That was the whole Easter egg that we got there with all these guys coming together now, including Pac. We don't know. So, again, at the end of all this, Jesse's intrigued. I'm intrigued. They got something brewing here. It may be a little slow as far as the progression goes. I want to see more dialogue. I want to see more week to week. We're not really getting that right now. I don't know what they're waiting for, but this Moxley-Bryan match hopefully answers a lot of questions.
Well, so let's look back as to what's going on with Moxley since he came out. He came out and told Shivani that, either him or TK, this is not your fucking company anymore, and shit's about to go down. And first and foremost, right about now, I want to see Darby fucking Allin. Found Darby. You got something I want. I need that title shot. Got it. Beat him for it. Now he's on the path to beat Bryan. He's probably going to beat Bryan. He wants the world title. Why? I think he's going to get to that in due time. I think he's going to explain the direction of the BCC, what's going on with it. But first and foremost, he wants to be world champion, and he found his path. He took it, and he's made himself there. So let's see what else comes from this crew. Is he going to bring out Shane? Is he going to bring out anyone else? Is there a hostile takeover of the company? Let's see what they got.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see and interesting to follow. So I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully they continue to build that, because that's exactly what they need. They need a major storyline to get people interested, and hopefully this is it. MVP. MVP made his AEW debut tonight. He came out to confront Prince Nana, who was without Swerve Strickland. He got a big pop from the New York City crowd. Everybody knew who he was immediately. That's the power of being an ex-WWE employee. Show up. He doesn't even need theme music. He's just out there, and people know who he is. So Prince Nana was out there drinking his coffee and letting everybody know that Swerve is fighting his way back. He will be back, but right now he's not medically cleared for in-ring competition on AEW television. Out comes MVP, and he expresses that Swerve may be one of the greatest champions that AEW has ever seen, that his star power is undeniable, that he watched everything that he's done, and how his world championship title reign will be looked at by generations and studied by generations. I don't know about the entirety of his title reign, but certainly the last 2 months, 3 months of his title reign for sure. I thought he did great. Regardless of that, that's my opinion personally. MVP, Jesse, at the end of this, he handed Prince Nana a business card and said he wants to talk to Swerve, and he wants to talk business to Swerve Strickland. Now, obviously, that is alluding to the Hurt Business. They won't be named the Hurt Business here in AEW. They trademarked, if you guys read the news, the Hurt Syndicate is what they're going with. And we could potentially see Bobby Lashley come on in, because he did make some really direct yet indirect comments about Swerve being the most dangerous man in AEW, Jesse. So my question to you is there a new most dangerous man in AEW, and is that name Bobby Lashley?
Well, so let's see. You're going to bring in MVP. Clearly, he's already here. Who's he coming with? Is he coming with Lashley? Is he coming with Benjamin's free too, right?
Shelton Benjamin is free, yes. The only one that is not free is Cedric, because he signed the new deal this year with WWE.
All right. So I like the intrigue. I like that they're going to go into this. So already Swerve is no longer champion, and Swerve is not in contention for the title right now. But Swerve has something extremely interesting going on right now. We could be looking at an invasion of a new crew. We could be looking at a crew trying to recruit Swerve into this new faction and 86 Nana. This could be Swerve saying, fuck that. Nana's my guy, and I'm sticking to him. So then they bring in Lashley to put down the beating on him, and then we get that feud. I think that's going to be our first feud. It's going to be Lashley against Swerve, and I'm on board with that one. I I think it's interesting that they have a couple of different major storylines to sink their teeth into. One with the Syndicate coming in and the other one with Moxley and Danielson. So we have like two top storylines that are just getting off the ground right now. Let's see how far they take us with these stories and see if they give us a quick payoff or if they give us some long-term storytelling.
Yeah, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. It's like, does he really want to do business with Swerve, or is he alluding to Bobby Lashley coming on in and basically taking Swerve's spot? And Bobby Lashley's the most dangerous man in AEW now, replacing Swerve. Or, I don't think this is going to be the way, but Swerve could ditch Nana, which I don't really see the benefit in doing that because Nana is incredibly over, and Nana basically is the reason why Swerve is as over as he is. I mean, without that dance and without that theme song and him kind of making it into his own, no matter how good Swerve is, Nana was the one that kind of pushed it over the top. Let's be real. So, with that said, do you really want to disband that duo? I don't think that's the right move. To me, that's just nothing lasts forever, but I cannot see Nana without Swerve, and I can't see Swerve without Nana. After everything that happened with Brian Cage and Toa Leona and the other one there, I forgot his name.
Exactly.
The fake Samoan, whatever his name is. The fake
Exactly.
Fatu. I don't know, where they go as far as what I'm about to say, but don't break up Swerve and Nana. Do we see, Jesse, Swerve join MVP? Do we see Swerve join the Hurt Syndicate as backup? He gives himself backup against Adam Page because of what Adam Page did to him, and then we get the Hurt Syndicate versus the Elite, with Adam Page kind of aligning himself with the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada again, and then they do battle faction versus faction. What do you think about that? That was the other thing I was thinking about, but I was probably more in line with what you were thinking, that Bobby Lashley versus Swerve is probably the direction that they're going.
Yeah, I don't see them going there. That seems kind of convoluted right now. And maybe even a possibility for something to happen down the road when they get done with the initial introductions for everyone. But for the most part, no, this seems pretty simple. He's going to, probably attempt to get recruited, but stick with his guy. And then we're going to get that feud, between, but because the money right now is keeping Swerve as babyface. Because I don't want to see him look anywhere near heel right now, because his babyface run is actually going pretty damn good. And it'd be much easier to bring in the Hurt Syndicate as heels than it would be babyface. I think this is the right move. Let him feud with Swerve. Who knows what kind of direction it takes? Maybe Hangman tries to come in and join the Hurt Syndicate because he also wants to hurt Swerve. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, nothing's etched in stone. I'm not sure. But I also don't want to see Swerve divorce from Hangman too much, because Hangman really hates Swerve. So if he's got Swerve and this new faction coming at him, Swerve can have a lot on his plate right now.
And that's only going to make his star power grow. That's only going to make his ascent to the World Championship again better than it was the first time. I like the original idea that we discussed here. I said this weeks ago. I don't know how ready he is to be cleared, but if Swerve is going to remain on his own and align himself with Nana, the Hurt Syndicate, to me, my prediction for them in AEW is Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Powerhouse Hobbs. That would be the absolute... That would be the best role for Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know when he's coming back. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but if we want to start putting pieces together and forming a nice little puzzle here, I know he's been out of the loop. He hasn't been in much of anything important, and he's kind of been miscast. Let's be real. You want to put him in a perfect situation since he's been in AEW, that's it right there. MVP with Hobbs is a money combination.
Yeah, no, that actually might work out very well, actually.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. I don't even remember what Hobbs was doing before he went out.
He was feuding with Sammy Guevara, I believe.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Who?
So,
yeah.
Great.
Sammy
No
Guevara.
knock on Sammy.
No.
But they're not doing shit with Sammy.
No. So, MVP, we'll discuss what he said, and we'll break down the promo. And obviously, we had Nigel versus Bryan tonight. We had a fantastic tag team title match. It was Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Yuka Sakazaki versus Mariah May for the Women's Championship. Kind of fell flat on its face, but we did see Mina. Mina came tonight, Jesse.
I love EO.
Who? Wrong show, bro.
I wasn't looking. I wasn't
not
looking at
Monday
Mina.
night, bro. It's Wednesday, okay? Mina is Wednesday. EO is Monday.
I don't want EO to get mad at me.
That's all right. You can split 50-50. It's fine.
All right, cool. All right.
Mariah May, though, she is aligned with Mina. We got Willow out there tonight, possibly leading to a new direction for the Women's Championship. We'll talk about it. I'm not really all that pleased with Mariah's handling after she beat Toni Storm, but that's just me. And obviously, like we discussed already, Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in the main event. And this is only night one of Grand Slam. We got Grand Slam Collision on Saturday, man. I don't know if I'll be watching, but I may tune in to see that Adam Page and Jeff Jarrett lumberjack strap match. It just seems to be calling my name, man. And I got to support my guy, Adam Page. Doing some great shit.
It's Grand Slam, man.
I know.
Come on.
I know. Anyway, guys, this show's the Grand Slam. We got 1,900 in here. Thank you guys very much for all your support on Wednesday nights. Dynamite post. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. As always, it's a great way to support what we do here. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. I see 371 likes on the stream. I need at least 750. Easy. You guys can do that easy, man. I trust you. I know you can. So go do that for me. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We are 96 subscribers away from 162,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much for that. We will certainly hit that before Bad Blood. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the second channel, JD from NY Shorts, linked down below in the description. We are on our way to 5,500 subscribers over there. We just hit 5,000 this week, so thank you guys very much. You seem to be loving the content over there. As far as this guy is concerned, you guys can go follow him on social media as well, at JD from NY206 and Chi-Town Smark on X. And if you guys want to hit the subscribe button over on Jesse's channel, he is linked down below in the description, so please click his name. Go on over there and do yourself a favor and subscribe if you guys want more wrestling content from this guy over here. Tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Game Time. You guys want concert tickets, sporting event tickets, tickets to go see a nice Broadway play, theater, you name it, man. Game Time has got you covered. And tonight, when you download, or anytime really, when you download the Game Time app, you're going to enter that promo code JD from NY and you get $20 off your first purchase, man. We got a nice little story about Game Time and me purchasing tickets to go see Miles Kennedy in January out in Philly. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Shout out to my sponsor tonight, Game Time. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. We had Tuesday Night Titans last night with the Solid Monster. We had Monday Night Raw. And we're getting ready for Bad Blood next week. So it's going to be a big week, man. The next couple weeks are going to be big. So you don't want to miss it. We got Bad Blood. We got the debut on CW with NXT. We got 5 years of AEW. We got Bad Blood. Then we got Wrestle Dream. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. I will be here for it all. So don't go nowhere. And make sure you guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Let's hit that 162,000 subscriber goal tonight here on Off the Script. And shout out to my Twitch family. We are live over on Twitch as well, which is always a great thing to see. And hopefully the stream is holding up for you guys, man. I got my new secondary PC here in the Jersey apartment. Hopefully it looks crisp. I did the cool 60 frames per second. We're running at 1080p. Sound looks good. Sounds good. Everything feels good. So if you guys have any concerns on that, let me know, and I will hopefully adjust on the fly. Jason Barker, I see you, brother. Thank you for the Super Chat love, man. That's twice tonight. We will get to all your Super Chats at the end of the show. What were you going to say, Jesse?
I just emailed you the video that New Japan just uploaded.
Why don't you tell me?
Kenny Omega's coming back.
Is he ready to come back?
Well, I don't know, but I sent you the video that they uploaded.
Well, I'm assuming you watched it, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't say he's coming back. It just said it says him and Tanahashi are coming soon. I don't know if they're coming soon but they're coming soon.
I don't want to hear about anybody coming but Mina, okay?
Hey. Or
Please.
Io. Or Io.
It's not Monday, bro. Why are you
man.
stuck on Monday? Everybody hates Monday, bro.
Look, you can hate Monday all you want. You can't hate Io. So they got a video where Kenny seemed to be making some kind of reunion with Tanahashi. I'm not sure why Kenny will be coming back to New Japan Television before AEW, but it is what it is.
JD's ghost. Do I have a ghost? What are you talking about?
You got a ghost?
I don't know. Yes, Jesse's definitely getting the pause treatment tonight. Pause,
hey,
bro.
Look, I'm just...
Come on, man.
They're coming soon.
All right. Enough of coming.
Okay. Hey, you started with the Mina. Whatever.
It's Mina, bro.
Whatever.
Come on, man.
Can't discriminate.
Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson. This was actually the open of Grand Slam tonight, which I thought this would be the main event, but never mind. I was wrong. I, coming into this, did not really care about this whatsoever. And I have to preface this again because I'm sure you geeks are going to take me out of context again, man. I love it. Please, clip the show, man. Clip it. And upload it like you did last week. Fucking Clipomania it was last week. You guys couldn't help yourself. All over the fucking place. All I seen was me and Jesse. Clipped out of context. 1 minute and 30 seconds, 4 minutes. It's like, geez, man.
Yep.
We went on a 35-minute rant and that's all you got? Fucking 1 minute? Come on.
1 minute. That sums up everything they just said.
Yeah, in 30 minutes. You missed a whole fucking point, but, that's the way Twitter operates. I will say this. This was an important match for a lot of people. And Jason and I talked about this on Tuesday Night Titans last night. This match was important for a lot of people. It was important for Bryan because he's going away. He's going into semi-retirement. Nigel McGuinness, this is the first match for him in 15 years? So he's back, or close to 15 years. He's back. This match was important to a lot of people who were ingrained in that Ring of Honor brand in its glory days. I get it. I did not watch Ring of Honor. Jesse did not watch Ring of Honor. I didn't really know Nigel McGuinness and how important Nigel McGuinness was until, I briefly heard that he was Desmond Wolfe in TNA. And then he came to NXT, and he was a part of the best commentary team that the company's seen in years, sitting next to Mauro Ranallo. That's when I really kind of fell in love with Nigel. He was great at that. Say again?
I didn't know that.
What?
That his name was Desmond Wolfe, he said?
Desmond Wolfe in TNA, yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Mr. Impact hat. You don't know?
No.
Okay. I don't blame you. I didn't know either.
I didn't know.
So I really kind of fell in love with Nigel in this part of his career. But I get why this match was so important to a lot of people. AEW, they uploaded an 11-hour just block of Nigel matches, thinking that this was enough to tell the story, quote unquote, between Nigel and Bryan. 11 hours of matches is not going to tell the story. It's not. I don't care who you are. You could sit there for 11 hours like a no-lifer and watch these matches, relive it, have a blast. If you enjoy it, good on you, man. What me and Jesse look forward to is story and storyline development. The story did not develop on AEW television. No matter how many times these AEW tribalists, they want to express themselves. Oh, but JD, oh, but Jesse, Nigel was expressing himself for an entire year on commentary about Bryan Danielson. All right, that's not a fucking story, guys.
No.
That's not a story. That's just Nigel healing it up. We didn't know if it was going to go in this direction. We didn't know if it was going to go in that direction. Nigel doing that for a year is not story. It's not. That's Nigel being a great character on the show. Now, he's cleared. He's coming out of retirement. Bryan is ready to go into semi-retirement and heal up from all of the battle wounds that he has. The match was made in a rushed fashion. The match was made because Tony Khan did not have Swerve. He did not have MJF. He did not have a major attraction match for this. He's out. Kenny Omega's still out. Adam Cole is still out. He doesn't have major names on this roster to really make it feel like Grand Slam like we used to get. So he was frustrated and he got desperate. He needed something. Tony was rattled. And he switched gears legitimately right in front of our face on Dynamite 2 weeks ago when they switched the match from Bryan and Darby to Mox and Darby. And then they told us, well, Bryan is indisposed. He can't defend the World Championship. We're going to go with Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. Darby's going to put his championship on the line and not get a title match right now. He's got to beat Moxley to then go on and get his championship match. But then Nigel comes out with a contract from Tony Khan, and they put him in a match with Bryan Danielson on that same show on the same night after Jon Moxley just told us he's indisposed, he can't wrestle, and he can't defend the championship. So then we get Nigel coming out for 2 weeks, calling Bryan, brittle Bryan and the neck break kid, and kind of just throwing it at him and just teasing him for 2 weeks. And I watched the promo on Collision on Saturday, this past Saturday. Crickets. It was like a fucking morgue on Saturday night. Nobody really understood what was going on here. They just confused everybody. The match was rushed. They left a lot on the table. They did it in a very desperate fashion because they needed to. Tony didn't want to do this match now. He needed to do this match now. If he wanted to do this match, it could have happened at All In. If he wanted to do this match, like I said on TNT last night with Jason, you could have waited and not have Bryan come out tonight and maybe do this match in Tacoma at Wrestle Dream, where there would have been another 3 weeks and we could have got these guys with a face-to-face. How are you going to have this match on your show and project to us how important it is, not have one face-to-face, not have one promo back and forth with these guys, not have one pull-apart brawl, not have a contract signing? They did nothing. Yet everybody was over the moon. Oh, my God. Jesse and JD don't like great wrestling matches. No, that's not true. That is so far from the actual fact. It's fucking ridiculous. We need story. We need story. Now, with that said, Jesse, I enjoyed this match for what it was. But did I enjoy it to the fullest extent? No. Did Nigel look incredible? Yes, he did. Nigel looked great. I've never seen Nigel look as great as he did tonight. And I was actually worried how he was going to perform in that ring. And I thought he did one hell of a fucking job. And it's almost like he didn't miss a step. But at the end of the day, if you look me in the face and ask me, did you care about this match? No. This was just another match in the line of AEW matches that I don't really give a shit because there is no fucking story that played out on television. How many times did we hear this week? Oh, go Google it. It's not my job to go Google it. It's Tony's job to tell the story, and he didn't do that. This is why the match kind of felt blah, and it wasn't as important as it was to me and Jesse as it was to you. It was just there. How'd you feel about it, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm actually on the same page with you on this one. I mean, I wasn't all excited about the match, and the match was just a match that I would expect from Bryan Danielson and someone who everyone is telling me is a fantastic wrestler. And, I can get a good vibe of a good wrestler just from the community. And from what I'm hearing, Nigel was, the shit in his day, which is fantastic. Great. I'm glad they got to have the match. But I think the match didn't get a lot of build or any kind of push or excitement. And I think the match was fine for the push that it got. It's not like they built this to be some kind of epic, reunion of a match. They just gave us the match.
Yeah.
That was it. Anybody who expected more fanfare put that on themselves. They didn't build this up to be some kind of a special match. They said we're going to get it. They put it on first, and it's done. And they moved on to Bryan and Moxley. I don't think they promised us anything of epic proportions like we were waiting for. So if you are an original ROH fan and you were waiting for that kind of match, I don't think that's fair because they didn't tell us we were getting that kind of match. They told us we were getting the match. We did. The match was fine. It wasn't, any kind of barn burner. It was just a fine match. And I'm with you. I wasn't excited about it. And watching it, yeah, it was just a match. It was fine. That's what I expect from Bryan Danielson anytime he gets in the ring.
So he came out, Bryan, he came out to Europe, Final Countdown, and then Nigel obviously came out to his theme music, which is by Oasis, Fucking in the Bushes by Oasis. If you ask me if I've heard that song before away from AEW Dynamite, the answer would be no. I'm not a fan of Oasis or that type of music. The match was good. It was good. People in New York loved it. They were along for the ride. Me, Jesse, just another fucking night, another wrestling match, and a series of great wrestling matches that we usually see from AEW. That's not their problem. They need to do what they're not doing, and that's tell stories. So this was almost 15 years ago to the day these two last battled in the ring, and that was at Glory by Honor 8, Ring of Honor. And right out of the gate, both guys trade uppercuts with McGuinness having the early advantage here. Danielson responded with a snap neckmare, punt to the back before a series of wrist lock counters, which looked great. Nigel did not miss a step on the counters. And overhand chops from McGuinness. They fired up Danielson, put a smile on Nigel's face because this is the Bryan that he wanted. He's been calling him Brittle Bryan. Uppercut exchange led to a kick to the thigh by Danielson. McGuinness sold it. It was all a ploy to gain the advantage back. So they both trade mounts. LeBell lock attempts by both. Danielson sank it in, but the height of McGuinness got him enough leeway to get to the ropes. McGuinness pulled Danielson to the outside, and he starts targeting the right arm, and that's a great move there. Nice little strategic story there, because without his arm, he can't apply the LeBell lock. So there you go. McGuinness pulled Danielson to the outside, targeted the right arm. He tried to drop the steps onto his arm. Danielson moved out of the way. They go, and apparently I think they mentioned this on commentary. They were really kind of doing a throwback spot to their Ring of Honor days where they teased the spot, pulling each other out into the ring post. But thankfully, they did not smash their face into the steel post like it was intended to be. McGuinness applied the London Dungeon top wrist lock. As Daniel, if you want to know why I know these moves, is because Excalibur's a geek and he just fucking calls out everything. Danielson got to the rope break, met McGuinness in the corner with a charging drop kick. Underhook suplex. This led to McGuinness cutting off Bryan in the ropes. He went for his finish, the Tower of London, which is a hanging neck breaker from the top turnbuckle. Danielson escaped into the Busaiku knee, landing on his bad arm. He then gets up. He fires off some yes kicks. McGuinness answered with his handstand in the corner. He was chopped down. This allowed Bryan to wrench the neck. McGuinness flipped back to his feet, fired off some combo moves. McGuinness fought off a LeBell lock attempt by slamming the injured arm down again. Danielson tried for an uppercut with the injured arm, and then he collapsed because it hurt him. And then he did his moonsault out of the corner, only for McGuinness did his bounce back lariat, which looked great. And Danielson kicked out at a 1, and that popped the New York City crowd. So we get a thumb to the eye, ripcord lariat for McGuinness, near fall. He went for the London Dungeon again. Anvil elbows by McGuinness on Bryan. Then he hits the Tower of London for a 2 count. McGuinness applied the London Dungeon surfboard combo, but Danielson rolled through some Anvil elbows. McGuinness then comes back with his own Busaiku knee. That sent Danielson into a Nigel lariat attempt. McGuinness was the one who hit the lariat for a 2. And then McGuinness, he actually was applied, or he was in a LeBell lock applied by Danielson, and he fought and he fought and he fought, and he eventually appeared to say thank you while tapping out to the LeBell lock, and that was it. So Bryan wins. Nigel says thank you. He got his match. I don't think Nigel wrestles anymore. There's no reason for him to.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I think this is it. This is what he came back for. This is what Bryan wanted before he goes away. They did it. This was the stage for it. New York, Ring of Honor, the whole 9. And that was basically it. So at the end of it, you felt great. We're happy for you. We're glad we're glad you enjoyed it. Me, I didn't really feel much of anything when this match was over. I'm like, all right, on to the next. And that's exactly what we got, Jesse. On to the next. Christian Cage. He comes out with his AEW title contract. He's walking out with his contract. Cage is teasing it. But all of a sudden, Kip Sabian snuck up from behind him and stole the pen from Cage's hands. Then the chase was on until Cage ran into Claudio and Pac standing right behind the entrance tunnel as they were looking on for Bryan Danielson, I'm assuming. Cage scurried away after Sabian, and then we go to a commercial break. So like you said, match is over, and then they're quickly on to the next segment, and then into a commercial break. So it's like, gee, man, how important was this match on this night? Not very.
Again, I mean, and if this is the correct scenario, Bryan is winding down his career, and we know how Bryan and how close Nigel and Bryan are, and if they just wanted to get one opportunity to get one match on television before Bryan went away, and this was them getting that, I'm okay with that, man.
Yeah,
that's absolutely that's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. No one was hurt. I mean, it doesn't disrupt television. A lot of people would love to see Nigel and Bryan go one-on-one one more time before it's all wrapped up and said and done. Why not? Who gives a shit? They didn't make it a big deal. They didn't make it for a title. They didn't make it, they wanted to have a match. People would love to see it. The diehards would love to see it, and they got it. I saw no harm, no foul in this match at all.
You know what I'm confused by? I'm confused as to why Christian Cage came out with his contract, and the contract is not signed already. Why is he signing it when he's out there? I mean, he's got possession of it. It's his contract. Why isn't he signed the contract yet? Doesn't that make it a lot easier for when he cashes in and he doesn't have to do that step?
Maybe the contract has to contain the name of the current champion. What if the current champion changes?
Shit. I think you're making excuses.
No,
that's ridiculous.
I just fucking explained it. Nope.
That is ridiculous.
I just explained it.
It's
not.
Contract.
You got to have both competitors on the contract, right?
No.
Why not?
We don't get that with any other fucking gimmick in this same type of way. What are you talking about? When someone cashes in the Money in the Bank contract, is the other participant's name on the contract?
No. This is not. Hey, this is Wednesday nights, bruh. This is not Mondays. You need to focus on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, you got to sign the names.
Shit.
Nope. La 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 la.
Are you interested with this Kip Sabian thing?
Nah, not at all, man.
Why is Kip Sabian on television, but we're missing Wardlow? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Not at all.
Tony! Why is Wardlow off television, but Kip fucking Sabian is on television? Where's Ricky Starks? Huh?
Well, Ricky Starks is probably in Stanford. Where else would he be?
Have you seen Ricky Starks' latest photo?
No, what do you do?
He's looking very WWE, man.
Oh no. He's been hanging out at these court cases with Vince.
Yeah, I won't go that far, but he did put on a hell of a lot of muscle since the last time we saw him. But yes, Christian Cage, I don't know where this is going with him. I mean, I think he's eventually going to fail this cash. He's not winning the World Championship. So, I mean, when do we see it? Do we see it at Wrestle Dream? Do we see it before then? Is Kip Sabian going to have him cash in the contract and screw him over? I don't know. We're gonna get a cash in. We're gonna get a successful cash in, and Christian's gonna troll us for a while and cash in when we least expect it. Am I very quiet compared to Jesse's chat? Because I was quiet last night with Solid Monster.
I don't know. Only saw one person.
I'll fix it. So. Let me know, guys. I'll fix it right now. I know what the problem is.
But yeah, no, he's gonna hold on to that contract for a while, and he'll pop up and he'll win. He'll actually win. So he may hold it for a while. We'll see.
You want Christian Cage to be the AEW World Champion?
Hell yeah, why not?
I am. I can hear you fine, JD. Gain issue? I don't know. I can fix that right now. Let's go to.
I can come down some. I'm at max.
No. You're fine. I just gotta find sound. I gotta raise my mic volume. Oh boy, I was down to a 29. Oh man, is that better now? Hopefully that's better.
Okay, yeah, I just heard us. You are like a tad under, bro. So don't do anything drastic.
Well, I just raised it 40.
I don't know how drastic is that.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out, bro. Let's see.
Jesse seems louder than JD. Way better. All right, there you go. I told you. See, that's what happened with Solomon the last time. I mean, Jason was like fucking 10 decibels higher than me. I don't know why. You know, when you update your computers, man, and you update OBS, I don't know why things they get thrown out of whack. I don't know. It's like one day it's like, all right, everything is perfect, and then you update, and then everything's like, I didn't change this.
Yeah. I just went through that at the start of this goddamn stream.
Yeet. Yes.
God, man.
Yes. Moving on. Glad that was a quick fix there. Hopefully it's a lot better. Hook. He went one-on-one with Roderick Strong. He's out there with the Undisputed Era. Undisputed Kingdom. Sorry. Why are they even a thing still? I don't know.
Waiting on Adam Cole.
Waiting on Adam Cole. If Adam Cole comes back, I don't want them anywhere near Adam Cole. That's just the way that
I don't know. It just gives Adam Cole something to do right away when he comes back, and him returning automatically makes the faction interesting. So I think they're just holding on till Cole gets back.
With this match, this was something that, again, I mean, you may love Hook. I love Hook. I think Hook is great. Roddy is a great wrestler. But what is there to actually care about here? There is zero, and I mean zero story. I guess we now know why, Jesse. There wasn't really much of an angle or a story here because what happened after the match was probably more important than what happened in this match. Roddy was on the early offensive here, and we go to a commercial break with Strong launching Hook into the ring post. So we come back from the break, Strong controlled. Hook fought back, and he comes back with a series of takedowns. Taven threw in a chair. Roddy wedged it in the corner, and that allowed Strong to escape Red Rum and drive Hook into it. Big charging slam, got a near fall. Strong followed, placing two chairs together, but Hook hit a judo throw through both of them. So he goes for recovery, gets a 2 count. Strong exploded up, hits a fireman's carry, gutbuster onto the chair. Sick kick for a close 2. And then Hook floated over, end of heartache into Red Rum, and Roddy ultimately tapped out to Hook. Post-match, Roddy offered a handshake, and nobody thought it was going to be a serious one. Hook accepted. He was he had a lot of trepidation on him. He shook his hand anyway. Kingdom then also gives a nod of respect to Hook before leaving. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. Where the fuck is this going? Tony Schiavone gets up from the commentary desk, and he's standing over right where Taz is. Hook joins him out at ringside. And Tony said this was the 11th title defense for Hook, and how the FTW title was created basically 3 miles away at the Elks Lodge in Queens. And at that point, Jesse, he said, all good things come to an end. Hook thanked everyone who has competed for this title and the fans who supported this title from its inception. From this moment on, the FTW title is officially retired. Hook handed it to Taz. There was a beautiful father and son embrace as they hugged right there next to the commentary table at ringside. And then Hook leaves the ringside area and heads to the back. We've been asking for this. We've been wanting this. This was much needed. The FTW title has done a lot of good. It means a lot to Taz and his family. He brought it back for a specific reason. It helped elevate some of the younger talent in the company. It's got a long lineage, and Taz wanted to pay it forward with this championship for the newcomers, for the rookies, for the undervalued here in AEW, and I thought he did a great job with it. But man, did it overstay its welcome. And at the end of the day, it wasn't a recognized title in the company. Yeah. So this was a great decision. All good things must come to an end. This was one of the best decisions that Tony Khan has finally decided on, and I'm glad that he made it tonight in New York.
Yeah, it just so as the moment they've pretty much made it clear that it was not an official title, yet and it was still hanging around. That's when it was kind of outstaying its welcome. But they retired it. I think this was done with class. It was very classy. It was a nice little moment that, if nothing else, Taz and Hook will remember, and forever. And Taz has deserved this moment with his son and this title. Taz has invested a lot into this business between ECW, WWE, and now AEW. He's been a major part of all three brands. So, and this is the moment that he wanted. I think he's earned it, and it was done very well. There's no problem for me.
Where does Taz go with, actually not Taz. I mean, Taz is going to retire the title and put it back on his fireplace above the mantle there. But where does Hook go from here? I mean, this was basically what was keeping Hook on television. I don't know.
No.
But I've made predictions, and I've made some interesting scenarios hopeful for Hook. I don't know where Samoa Joe is. I don't.
Yeah.
I love the dynamic between Samoa Joe and Hook when they were on television. I thought Hook learned more from Samoa Joe than all fucking 9 months of him feuding with the fucking learning tree.
Yeah.
If AEW is serious about Hook and serious about revitalizing their tag team division, I know Samoa Joe is a heavyweight and he can be plugged in for a world championship feud or a program or a match at any given time. That's how great he is. But I think we've seen that day, and I don't think that day is going to come anytime soon. What I would do with them, Jesse, pair them up, put them in the tag team division, and make them a viable threat to revitalize that tag team division. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, Hook needs to go back with Joe, whenever Joe is done and ready to come back, and that's the direction for Hook. I mean, right now, I want to see that play out. I was loving watching that mentorship and watch Joe just be a dick, and then watch Hook do something that Joe would have done, and Joe give him that proud Papa look like, there you go. All right. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I love that dynamic. Tag division, sure. Go at it. Let that ride for a while. Maybe in about a year or so, have Joe turn on Hook and have them go at it. Be fantastic. Look, fantastic for Hook, man.
Or maybe Hook retired the championship at the request of his father, and Hook is going to leave AEW and join NXT. Maybe.
Bro, this is Wednesday nights. I need you to stay focused on this particular brand, bro.
Okay.
You got to stop straying. Jeez, man.
I thought this was a show for all programs. Talk about Monday, talk about Tuesday, talk about Wednesday.
You can.
We need a reason to talk about Friday now.
If I can't talk about EO, you can't talk about any other goddamn day of the week.
Why do you want to talk about EO so much, man?
How come you don't want to talk about EO?
I love EO.
No, you don't. You don't
EO's
even
not
want
my
people
favorite,
talking
though.
about it.
EO's not my favorite, though.
Whoa.
Listen, man.
Would you just jump to Julia now? Is that where you are, man?
Yes, I prefer Julia, yes. And by the way, I'm gonna mention this right here because this is where all the discourse is coming from. AEW Tribalist. Listen, I know what your hang-ups are, man. I feel the same way you do. I said this last night with Jason on TNT. First of all, Julia got a championship match against Roxanne Perez. What did she do? She didn't really do much of anything to even earn a shot next week on the CW. But AEW, and their fan base, they don't really understand because they don't watch that program. Neither do I. But the reason why that's happening is because AEW and whatever they got going on is vastly different than WWE. WWE is changing their women's division wholeheartedly, completely on NXT. Look at who they're bringing in. And they're going to take Roxanne. They're moving her to the main roster. Julie's going to be the face of the division. They're bringing in this one. They're bringing in that one. So they want to get that ball rolling. So they're going to fast track that. And by the way, it's not really a set in stone thing that Julia is going to win the championship from Roxanne. We could see the same thing happen that we saw with Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Nobody thought Jey Uso was going to win. He ended up winning.
Yeah.
So Roxanne beating Julia, that could potentially happen, and then we get a rematch at whatever next pay-per-view NXT does. The other thing is, Stephanie Vaquer, she just showed up on Tuesday and already claimed that whoever wins this match, she's got next. She hasn't even fucking stepped foot on the show yet. I get it. I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. You do that too much, then people start asking questions. But I'm with you guys, man. It's fucking stupid. Have the woman wrestle, have her win some matches, have her go through a couple of women, and then ask for an opportunity. You just can't show up after not showing face on the show yet. All we got is a vignette. I want next. It doesn't work that way. Come on, man.
Did they give her a storyline first at least? Or she just popped in and said, I want next?
Yeah. That's all she did.
That's it. That's all she did. Okay.
Pretty good English, though.
Good.
Good for her.
Well, yeah. English wasn't all of that perfect last time I heard from her.
Anyway, we will, or I will, Jason will be as well. We're not doing TNT next week. We're going to be covering NXT next week. So if you guys are into that type of thing, I will be live with the debut on CW following next week's show. Tag team titles, Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson against the team of Will Ospreay, who is the international champion, and Kyle Fletcher, who is amazing in his own right. Aussie Open minus Mark Davis. Now, I said last week that I would have loved to see the Outrunners. Or 2 weeks ago when we got the gauntlet match, I would have loved to see the Outrunners. I thought that would have been great. It would have been refreshing. They're over. I thought them and the Young Bucks, put them in that match and create new stars, right? Listen, we all can't get what we want, but I could see, Jesse could see why we went with this match here. AEW rather went with this match. Ospreay and Fletcher, obviously, it was going to be the bigger match, and there was a built-in story there with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay doesn't want to cheat. He doesn't want to be in the Don Callis family. Don Callis is just pushing him to kind of be ruthless. And Will Ospreay doesn't want to act like that anymore. This match, Jesse, action-packed. I thought this was probably the best Young Bucks match that we've seen all year. This was almost a Young Bucks return to form in most cases. And this might have been the best tag team match that AEW's put on all year in a year where tag team wrestling for this company has taken a major nosedive, man. This almost brought me back to when it was beautiful and great. This was a fucking great match.
But what about Dax Softwood, man?
Who?
I'm just
he invited me out to Grand Slam and then didn't really follow up with what he wanted to do. He wanted to sit down and have coffee with me, and then he never followed through.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
it happens.
Is he still Softwood?
Oh, very.
Okay.
Look, very.
Who knows? Maybe he wanted to talk. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll talk to him. I don't know.
Look, that would be great if you guys could sit and clear the air and we can stop all the fucking pot shots at each other and shit like that. But
he doesn't like us.
You don't have to like him. You don't have to
why.
like us.
I don't know why. What did I do?
Because we're assholes, dude.
Good.
It is what it is.
So is he.
Yeah.
Well, we love him anyway.
I can't knock his ring work, man. That's impeccable. But he needs to put Twitter down.
He does. This tag team match, what'd you think of it?
This was so I'm gonna point out the part I didn't like because everything else I loved. The only thing I did not like is the extremely excessive kickouts.
Yes.
More specifically, I'm a big proponent for tag team moves on a single person should end the match. That should it. Touching the rope is about as best that I'll give you, but someone needs to break it up. Someone needs to touch a rope. One person should not be kicking out of a tag team finisher. That's just ridiculous. And then a few more of the excessive kickouts. Outside of that, perfect fucking tag team match for TV too. They killed it. They knocked it out of the park. I want to see Kyle and Will together full time, but I want to see Will as a single star too. This was great, man.
Yeah, this really brought us back to when AEW's tag team division was just the best in all of pro wrestling. And I'm interested to see where, the Don Callis family and Don Callis himself take this with Will Ospreay. Is it going to lead to Fletcher versus Ospreay? I don't know. I think that's the direction that they're going. And I know Takeshi's kind of mixing it up with Okada. I think that's the rumor right now. But if it leads to Ospreay and Fletcher, I think that would be great for the International Championship. But this match, it was all over the place. When matches like this happen, I stop taking notes and I just watch. There's no point. So all we got is from the beginning of the first commercial break following, and then the second commercial break, and then towards the end. That's what we'll do. There's just so much that happened here. So right before the first commercial break, the Bucks landed very awkwardly onto one another. Ospreay hits a moonsault off the back of Fletcher. Bucks went to the floor. Ospreay and Fletcher hit dueling moonsaults off the top. We go to a commercial break. So they are going back and forth. There's a sliced bread into a running knee at one point. Nicholas, he was on the receiving end of a hidden blade. He dodged it, and he hit Ospreay with a corkscrew kick. So we fast forward here. Fletcher was on the floor. Ospreay kipped out of an EVP trigger into a double Os cutter, which looked great. Rick Knox is the dumbest referee in the business. He had a just really, really delayed time to check on who the legal man was here, and the crowd let him have it for it. So we got Coriolis reversed, but Fletcher turned the Bucks inside out with double clotheslines. So we go into the second commercial break. Fletcher set up and hit with a spiked tombstone on the apron. The Bucks wanted the count-out win because they're heels. Fletcher broke the count at a 9, rolling into a charging knee from Nicholas, and we go to another commercial break. So this is the final commercial break here. Bucks tried a TK driver. Ospreay and Fletcher both countered into a double styles clash, which looked great. Ospreay connected with Hidden Blade. Stormbreaker, which is one of the prettiest fucking moves in all pro wrestling. It looks great. Nicholas broke up the count. Ospreay then signaled for the Tiger Driver. Nicholas saved his brother with a super kick. Fletcher comes in with multiple snapdragons, charging corner strikes. Matt met him with a running bulldog. Ospreay cut off more bang for your buck. Nicholas looked to spring for a TK driver, but Ospreay flew in with a cutter midair. So we did eventually get the TK driver for a 2 by Fletcher as Coriolis connected to follow and Matthew kicked out. This is what Jesse was talking about. How are you going to go and get hit with your own finish, and then you're going to get hit with your finish, your team's finish, and then Matthew kicks out? Like, it's fucking unbelievable. Like, what is Matt the Undertaker?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. That's come on, that was it. Nick was outside the ring, double finish. I'm like, that's it. Now we're done. And he kicks out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Like,
this is some Hogan kick-out shit.
It's like Matt fucking channeled 1990s Undertaker, man. What
this is
the
like
fuck?
kick-out. Hook up. You.
Yeah. And that's the indie style, man. I mean, how many people complain to me, but you like the Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano takeover New York match? How many kickouts? Yeah, I get it. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it's just like, all right, man, enough. You know?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Look, like you just said, some places, maybe it works. Pay-per-views, special, bitter feuds, knockdown, drag-out match. Sure, maybe, but come on, man. I mean, just if the match is not over, just find a different spot to kick out of. Just don't incorporate finishers into there. That's all I'm saying.
So after that, Ospreay yelled at Fletcher to end the match. He hits a corner brainbuster, and Nicholas broke up the cover. Barely broke up the cover. So Nicholas sent to the outside with Ospreay. Fletcher flew in with a dive. Rick Knox checked on Nicholas. He had his back turned. Callis hands a screwdriver to Fletcher, who then ran away. Callis then goes and jumps on the apron and distracts Rick Knox again. Fletcher looked to use the weapon, but Ospreay all of a sudden comes out of nowhere and takes the screwdriver away from Kyle Fletcher. He then goes and yells at Don Callis. He hands the screwdriver to Rick Knox, which ultimately was his downfall here. So this got him nailed with the tag team title belt. He's out of commission. Fletcher tried to roll up. He got shoved into a title belt shot by Nicholas. He fell to his knees, which was a quick and great transition to the BTE trigger, or the EVP trigger, I should say, and the 1, 2, 3, and the Young Bucks retain the tag team championships. Post-match, commentary brought up that if Don Callis didn't intervene, Ospreay and Fletcher would have won the match. Callis checked on Fletcher. He looked dejected. He looked over at Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay was basically emotionless to Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher was like, bro, what the fuck did you do? You had it won. We had it won. What happened? This was great. This was easily match of the night. This was an unbelievable tag team match. Obviously, with all 4 guys in the ring, you could see why that is. The Young Bucks still got it when they want to be put in there and work with fucking people that are this caliber. You know they're going to be, delivering a great match. But I think we're headed towards Fletcher and Ospreay, and I do think, Jesse, that Kyle Fletcher is going to be rewarded with that international championship. I think Ospreay is going to put him over eventually. Obviously, they got to kick him out of the Don Callis family first. And we get Fletcher and Ospreay for the international championship. Ospreay does the job. He puts over his friend. and then bigger and better things come. I think Ospreay eventually is going to be moved into the world title picture.
Yeah, that might be where they go. Personally, I would keep him right there around the international title scene, just because he's gonna move up. He's destined to move up. We all know he's going to move up, and once he does, you can't come back down.
Yeah.
The longer he stays where he is with that title, the more people he gets to pull over and elevate with him. Because everybody that he's in the feud with gets more exposure. They get to be in a match with Will Ospreay and everything else. Plus, you got the world title tied up into what Moxley's doing and everything else. So, I'm in no hurry to get a world title on Will Ospreay. He has all the time in the world, bro.
Yeah.
And we already know where his level is in the company. So, if they want to hover him around there or put him in the tag division for a while, I'm actually okay with it.
I'm mentioning Kyle Fletcher, and fuck me, because I really don't want to see it right now. And I know we ranted about it last week. Can't forget that Ricochet is looming. We're going to get Ricochet versus Will Ospreay for the International Championship. They may very well put the title on Ricochet, but, we discussed this on TNT last night, and I think we came up with a solid solution. And I think, and I hope, that Tony Khan is doing this match because he needs a big match for this show. This is the biggest match right now that he could possibly do for AEW. 5 years, fine. But Ricochet and Will Ospreay, I think maybe ends in a fuck finish due to the Don Callis family. We don't get a true outcome. AEW doesn't do DQ finishes. I can count maybe on one hand how many times they've done a DQ finish. So that would be fresh for them because they don't really do that often. And maybe we get Ricochet, because at that point, Will Ospreay will be kicked out of the Don Callis family. Maybe we get Ricochet teaming with Will Ospreay, and they do the whole, can they coexist thing, but they're really good friends, battling alongside each other to take care of the Don Callis family, and then we eventually go back to Ricochet and Will Ospreay, and then we put the title on Ricochet, and Will Ospreay puts over Ricochet as the new international champion. That could be also a way that they go. I don't know where that finds Kyle Fletcher into the picture, but that's also a possibility. So keep that in mind with him and Ospreay coming up in 2 weeks.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Ricochet in the Don Callis family.
You're putting Ricochet you're turning Ricochet heel.
Yeah, man. I think he has a better shot at becoming a lot more interesting in the Don Callis family. And surprising Will Ospreay, and Ospreay's trying to talk him out of going to that dark side. Ricochet's like, fuck you, and all this other shit. So maybe we do get this match. We're gonna get the match. Maybe we get a winner in this match with Ospreay and Ricochet right now, and maybe it is Ospreay. But then maybe Ricochet wants to come back and get another shot, this time as a heel in the Don Callis family, making the second match even more interesting than the first one.
Well, then who backs up Will Ospreay? What friends does he have if he's going to be battling the Don Callis family? He can't do it alone.
Well, get Kyle Fletcher. Why don't we get Kyle Fletcher out of there? They're already BFF, right?
So you want to do Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay versus Ricochet and whom? Takeshita?
No. I just said Ricochet versus Ospreay. You said that he needs friends and everything else.
I mean, we can't go. I mean, there's got to be in between. You can't do 3 matches and nothing happen in between. I mean, there's got to be matches, no? In between?
Well, the first match are going to be friends. The second match, Ricochet is going to get pissed, join the Don Callis family, and then explain why they're having the second match as a heel this time. Because Ricochet as a babyface, bro, all we want to do is just watch him fucking wrestle. After that, do you want to see him talk? Do you want to see him, have a discussion about a feud? Put him in a Don Callis family. He's got someone to talk for him. It gives their next match more heat.
I'm with you. I think Ricochet coming over from WWE and settling into AEW, he already feels the same as what we saw in WWE. There's no change. I don't want to say exactly. I love Ricochet. Ricochet's fucking unbelievable. Every time he's in there, I've said this time and time again. Every time he's in there, he makes everybody that he's in the ring with better. He is fucking great at what he does. He's probably the best seller in the business next to Nick Nemeth. Love it. And now we're seeing Ilya Dragunov. He's fucking great too, just in the same vein. But he feels largely the same from what we saw in WWE. I haven't seen that breakout performance yet. Maybe they're waiting on it. Maybe he's saving it. Maybe he didn't want to show all his cards in the first hand in the game, sitting at the poker table, which is a good possibility. But right now, after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'm just starting to see the same old WWE Ricochet. We haven't seen anything yet.
Same guy.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Maybe a heel turn would be better. Maybe him aligning with Don Callis and Don Callis speaking for him. Maybe Ricochet with some fucking bass in his voice and some balls. Cutting a heel promo is the way we need to go. Freshen up his character a little bit. I like it.
Yeah, they've got plenty of history. You can come up with plenty of legitimate reasons why Ricochet wanted to join and everything else. Don sweet talked him, gave him a sweet business deal, ensured that he would be champion, and boom, it happens. I'm with it. I think it immediately makes Ricochet and what he's doing interesting. Anything other than just working a match.
AG in the chat says bestseller with laughing emoji. Maybe you're watching a different Ricochet than me. Sounds like you watch a lot of AEW and no WWE, and you missed Ricochet for the last 5 years.
Ricochet's a great wrestler.
A great
Mustafa
seller.
Ali.
Ali too. Yeah.
Fantastic seller.
This was a great match. More of this, please, TK, in the tag team division. Love it. Renee, she was backstage with the Conglomeration, who officially welcomed Rocky Romero to the Conglomeration. He's going to conglomerate with the Conglomeration. Nobody asked for this, and zero reaction. Thanks, Tony. I know Rocky Romero works on the business side on AEW, but him on television, why? Why?
Paid Enthusiast said put Ricochet with MVP. That's actually not a bad idea.
That's a good idea, too. Put him in the new Hurt business or the Hurt Syndicate. Like it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Romero accepts. Mark Briscoe says he's not wearing a Conglomeration t-shirt because he's wearing a Dem Boy shirt because he remembers that him and his brother wrestled their last match together not too far from Arthur Ashe Stadium. Now, do you know where the last match was, Jesse, for the Briscoes?
I do not, man.
Their last match was at House of Glory at Club La Boom in Queens, and they wrestled main event, Jay Lyon and Midas Black. Do you know who was on commentary for that match?
Jason Salamonster is fucking great, man.
Yeah, someone else did.
Who's his partner again?
You're looking at him.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I kid, man. These guys came to Chicago for their hog show, and I sat right next to commentary. These guys killed it, man.
So they mentioned this tonight, and I was going to tweet Jason, but I said no. But, I want to say here up front to everybody that when he said that, it actually made me appreciate where I am and the opportunity that I have with House of Glory, because for him to come out on national television, wear that shirt, and be in the same city where he wrestled for House of Glory, and they wrestled legitimately their last match together. Me and Jason, me and the Solid Monster, called LaBriscoe's last ever tag team title match before Jay had his life tragically taken away from him. So that will live with me until I am no longer here, and I am incredibly grateful and incredibly fortunate to even be a part of that discussion. So shout out to Mark Briscoe. We love him dearly. Absolutely.
I still can't believe that this whole thing happened. Did we ever find out, was that lady, whoever was driving out of the vehicle, was she intoxicated? Did we ever find that out?
I don't know. I don't know. From what I read when we read it, she was driving down the wrong side of the road. She had to be. Either that or just
like
completely
that.
fucking oblivious and stupid.
Man.
Ridiculous.
That's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
At the same time, if that had never happened, would we be getting Mark Briscoe on television, right? Or the Briscoes on television right now?
Yeah, we would. I believe so.
Would we?
Yeah. They'd be in the fucking Conglomeration.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't even allow TNT wouldn't even allow him on the fucking show. But then when his brother passed away, then they got a heart and now we'll let him on.
Yeah, they could go fuck themselves for that.
All right, that's so fucked up, man.
So he mentioned this, and apparently the Conglomeration will get the learning tree on Collision, and they have a big 6-man tag team match with Jericho, the Bad Apple, and the Big Redwood, Big Bill. Great. Fantastic. Tony Schiavone's on the stage with Prince Nana. Says it's always good to be back in New York because New York is Swerve's house. Nana says he's known Schiavone for a long time. Mentally, there's nothing that can stop the most dangerous man in AEW. Physically, Swerve Strickland is not cleared to come back, but he's fighting every day to return. Then all of a sudden, we get a voice from the tunnel because they're standing right in the center of the stage. And MVP walks out with his cane and in a fancy suit, and he's out there with a microphone. No theme music. We just get him. And I love when things happen this way because it's organic, it's natural, it's catching everybody off guard, and you just kind of hear the rumbling of the crowd, their volume raise. Who's that? And everybody's looking. You know the voice, right. You know his tone, you see the way he dresses, he's got the cane. MVP's out there, man. No theme music. He just comes out to the sound of the crowd. Love it. So he walks through the heel tunnel and he apologizes for the intrusion. He introduced himself and said he agreed Strickland is the most dangerous man in AEW. It's MVP's opinion that Strickland is the most phenomenal talent to set foot in an AEW ring. His title run will be over. Yep. His title run will be studied by future generations. MVP put over Strickland's accomplishments, but also said he knew that, or he saw him rather, lose his title and his house burned down. MVP says he views Strickland allowing Bryan Danielson walking around smiling as a failure on Strickland's management. That means Prince Nana, who would rather shill his coffee. MVP handed Nana his business card, gave it to Nana, and told Nana, when you see Swerve, hand this business card to him, saying when he's ready, he'll be ready to talk business. And then he walks away. I love that last line because everybody was like, ooh, what is Hurt Business, you know? Nice throwback to the WWE. They won't be called the Hurt Business. They'll be called the Hurt Syndicate because that's what was trademarked. The crowd popped big for that line, and Nana looked very, very conflicted. Now, the question is, Jesse, does Nana hand Swerve this business card? Or is Swerve watching at home like a logical human being and seeing this disrespect for Nana on television, and the first thing he's going to do when he comes back is address this situation?
Well, what I don't want to see is the next time we get Nana and Swerve together, and then Swerve just asks, hey, well, anything going on? And then Nana goes, nope, nothing going on, because Swerve doesn't watch the show. So we should be left to assume that Swerve saw the transaction of the business card and saw MVP come out. So we should just be jumping right into that discussion. So, yeah. I'm interested, man. Like we said earlier, I want to see, it sounds like MVP is trying to recruit Swerve. You know, I want to see Swerve pretend like he's interested in the offer and then politely, respectfully decline because Nana is his boy. And then MVP threatens with consequences for turning down his offer. And then, boom, we get Lashley, and then we're off to the fucking races.
I like it. I think Swerve and Bobby, I'm not the biggest Bobby Lashley guy. I am very bored by Bobby Lashley matches, but maybe that changes in AEW. I don't know. I think Swerve is great. Maybe he leads Bobby Lashley to a match that is going to blow us all away. Who the fuck knows? But if this is a faction being led by, and if you guys heard that, the window's open. I'm sorry, that was just the motorcycle speeding down the road here. That's outside the apartment. If Swerve is going to be battling this faction by himself, Jesse, who is there to back up Swerve? Does he have any backup whatsoever? He's got no friends but Nana. Is this going to be a one-on-three situation? Is this going to be him trying to recruit people and maybe get people on his side? I don't know. What do you think the whole business is here?
I think if you try to just force a friend upon him, it just makes it that much less organic. We just go with it for what it is right now. Swerve is never one to ask for help or need help. So as long as he's got his boy Nana, they'll figure them shits out. You know, Nana can help on the outside here and there, but, you know, for the most part, we just roll with what we have, man. We can always evolve from there. Again, maybe they don't turn Ricochet heel. Maybe Ricochet joins Swerve at some point as a partner here and there. Who knows? But organically, I just like this where it is right now. We got Swerve and Nana versus what the Hurt Business brings in. Right now, it's just Lashley for all we know. I mean, we're pretty sure it's going to be Benjamin as well, right?
Shelton Benjamin, yeah.
Yeah. So I like where it is. I don't want to see them just force a partner onto Swerve just because numbers say so. I just want to make sure that it makes sense, whatever they do. You know, my worst fear is that Hangman wants to team with Swerve to beat this other faction before they can. I don't want to see that, because the natural evolution, pro wrestling 101 tells me when two guys beat the shit out of each other for so long, they eventually become tag team partners. You know, wasn't that what Sheamus and Cesaro?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. I'm hoping we don't get that, because these two are ready to literally, physically murder each other. So I don't want to see any kind of forming of a team like that right now.
Irv Wallace in the chat says maybe we get a Keith Lee return. Keith Lee?
I'm hoping Keith Lee is just alive at this point, man.
Does Keith Lee even want to wrestle anymore?
I don't know.
Can he even wrestle with his health and his complications from COVID? We don't know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, people keep saying that TK dropped the ball on Keith Lee. Keith Lee has had severe medical issues, guys. That is why he is out.
You know who's not going to be happy about Bobby Lashley potentially joining AEW, man? I just thought of it. Miro.
Well,
he still has the
that's
nightmares
why he asked
of that,
for his release.
He has nightmares of that cucking angle happening.
Well, he don't have to worry about that anymore. She left him.
Well, I know. I mean, she's reportedly, I don't know. Isn't she dating Damian Priest?
I heard some kind of rumor. Like, I don't know if that's true.
It's none of my TMZ garbage. None of our business, man. Whatever. Happy for both of them if that's the case. Whatever.
I don't know if that's true or not.
We love Miro, though. Hopefully he finds his way back somewhere.
Now, you want to see some must-see TV. You want to see some must-see TV. Keep Miro here. Bring CJ Perry back and put him with fucking Bobby Lashley.
Moving on.
There we go.
Moving on. Unfortunately, we have a women's championship match coming up. Before we got that, we got the Scapegoat bus driving in the streets of New York, heading to Arthur Ashe Stadium. Jack Perry has an open challenge for the TNT title on Saturday's Collision, which I'm assuming will be taped tonight. It looks like they may be just wrapping up over there at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Who he's wrestling, I don't know. Someone in the chat, find out for me. I'd love to know. But there's something about these Scapegoat vignettes, Jesse, with him driving the bus in the darkness of the night, man. Very, very Dark Knight-esque. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look. He's not lighting the world on fire. He's just doing his own little thing in his own little fucking bubble. Just let him be for right now, and then I'm pretty sure something of major interest will come out of it down the road. For right now, Jack Perry's doing just fine. He's just kind of in the middle of the road right now.
Boring, but the whole Punk fiasco and him kind of changing himself into the scapegoat is it's working for his character development, I'll say.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it boring though, man. I would call it intriguing. I'm interested. I want to say it's what we just said. He's cruising down a fucking street in a truck like the Dark Knight or some shit.
But he's got no direction.
Interesting. He's going down the street. He's going northbound. I mean, what the fuck you want me to say?
With the title, dumbass, not the fucking, not the bus.
He's going northbound. Now they'll land somewhere with him. He's not doing anything fucking special, but he is intriguing at this point. I want to see what they do with him. I wouldn't call it boring. Boring, I would classify as, God, so many other fucking
please don't tell me it's fucking Minoru Suzuki. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, come on. What?
God. Copeland's back around. I don't know. Copeland can't be back already. There's no way he's back.
No, that's somebody being an asshole.
Yeah, Dreddy in the chat said Jack Perry's using the JD intro. Yeah, but I got a dark horse. He's got a fucking beat
he's
up.
Cruising down the fucking
He's got a
rainy
beat up
streets.
fucking bus that's spray painted black. It's a scapegoat on it. God, I hope it's not Minoru Suzuki, man. That would be awful.
You just took a can of spray paint and spray painted Dark Horse on your regular Mustang and tried convincing us that you actually got a Dark Horse.
Yes, I actually have one.
Sure, bro.
You've seen the tweets.
I haven't seen the car. You came up. I saw you get off the fucking train. You got off the train
Bro,
when
I'm
I
not
went
driving a Dark Horse into fucking Manhattan. Madison Avenue? Fuck out of here. What do you think I am?
Someone with no Dark Horse.
I'll pick Destiny up in the fucking Dark Horse. I'd love to have her in the Dark Horse. You, on the other hand, no. No, thank you.
No, ain't that about a bitch.
No. Mariah May. I'll take Mariah May for a spin in the Dark Horse.
We had to go pick you up from Grand Central Station.
What?
Literally.
What? I have no recollection of this scenario.
Right.
Mariah May. I'll take Mariah May for a spin in the Dark Horse. She'd look great in it. You know who won't look great in it? Yuka Sakazaki.
No, she can go.
She didn't look good in this match either. I don't think either of these women look good in this match. I thought this match was fucking sloppy, and the crowd didn't really help, man, because you want to know why? There's no fucking story.
No.
Nobody cared.
I feel like they have so many talented and over women to put in this spot to feud with Mariah May, but this is what we have.
Yuka.
Where is Jamie Hayter?
Who? Oh, she's feuding with, she got a match with Saraya on Collision. Saraya Rules match is what it's called. Is there a Grand Slam Rampage too? Someone find out for me. I need to know if there's a Grand Slam Rampage. I would be shocked if Jamie Hayter's not on Collision. Imagine her being on Grand Slam Rampage, bro.
What in the hell did you just say? She's doing what?
Is it really true that Minoru Suzuki battled Jack Perry for the TNT title?
No, let's go back to fucking Jamie Hayter first. What is...
Can someone find out if there's a fucking Grand Slam Rampage, man? I need to know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine that, man? After all the grief we got, oh, why are they complaining? Jamie Hayter's back. The pre-show is all in. No, it ain't.
Right. Still looking for Jamie Hayter, guys. Still looking.
God, Tony Khan is so fucking predictable, man. That is an open challenge tonight, pal. Who is it? Minoru Suzuki.
Bro.
How many times are you going to use that card, TK?
I don't understand how they dropped this. Jamie Hayter was over while out with injury. All you had to do was literally bring her back and put her in the ring with the goddamn women's champion. That's all. That's it.
Well, we may be waiting on that. She's got to take care of the woman that put her out, Saraya. You know, the one who debuted. When did she debut? Was it 2 years ago at Grand Slam? 3 years ago? When was it? I don't fucking know. 2021.
That was definitely a failed signing. Unfortunately, I feel like she hasn't wrestled very much because of her injury.
Well, maybe she shouldn't wrestle at all.
I mean, look, maybe, but I just personally feel that way. I have not heard or read anything, but I think if she was wrestling more, if she was able to wrestle more, she would be, and she's just not.
You know, I find it funny, King Elvis in the chat. You know, Britt Baker. We mentioned where Britt was last week. We asked the question, well, why isn't Britt Baker on television, man? She hasn't been seen since All In and the flop that was Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker at All In. You know, we asked that question last week. So they turn around and do a coming attraction vignette for DMD on Saturday's Collision last week. Jesse, she's going to be on Collision Grand Slam this Saturday. You know who she's wrestling?
No.
Serena Deeb.
Oh, that's right. I did know that. What's the bill to that?
0.
Okay.
So, it's an open challenge by the doctor.
Was this a demotion? Is she not on Dynamite anymore?
I don't know. Why don't you go
Where's
ask her?
Thunder Rosa?
She's on Collision.
Doing what? Where's Deonna Purrazzo?
She's on Collision. I don't know what to tell you, man. Why don't you go ask Britt why she's on Saturday nights?
No, I want to know why we got Yuka fucking Sakizaki tonight, and these women are also on fucking Collision.
Whoa.
What the hell, man?
I will not stand for this Joshi slander, bro.
Oh my God.
Seriously, we can't do that around here, man. We got people already outside the venue with fucking pitchforks and fire. We don't need them burning down the venue.
Because they know you hate Joshis.
I don't hate Joshis. How could I hate Joshis when we love Io?
Right? Oh, now we love Io. Now we love Io.
And Mina. How can we hate Mina, man? Oh, man.
Everybody loves Mina.
Everybody loves Mina. I don't love Yuka, though. I think she's awful. I think this match was awful. This was bad. Yuka flew off the top rope during May's entrance, followed up with a Tiger feint kick. Match began, finally. Bell rings. May is on the receiving end of a Tiger feint kick. She drags Sakazaki to the floor. Shotgun drop kick sent Yuka flying. Back inside, May hits a spinning side slam for 2. Another drop kick with Sakazaki trapped in the ropes. Yuka counters handstand. Head scissors into a choke in the ropes. May brought Yuka in for Mayday. But Yuka rolled through into a backslide. What looked to be a 3. Aubrey, I don't know what happened there, man. She looked like she stopped the count because somebody forgot to kick out here. I don't know. Crowd was obviously booing because of the botch. And then all of a sudden they do a merry-go-round of rolling pin attempts. And they tried to persuade the crowd to not think about the botch that we just saw. May wiggled into a headbutt. High stack German. She didn't get much of a spinning sit-out slam that she tried and wanted, but Yuka fired off a thrust kick into a Northern Lights bomb. Yuka wanted magical girl splash, but May got her knees up and then hits a charging knee into a Storm Zero, 1, 2, 3, and mercifully this garbage comes to an end. Right as May was about to level Yuka with the title, Willow comes out, makes the save. I don't know who won that match, Jesse, with Willow and Chris Statlander. Do you remember? Didn't Stat win that match?
I don't even remember.
We got to look it up, right?
It must have been Willow, right?
We're going to look it up.
I got it. Let's see.
We got to look it up, man, because it doesn't make any sense. Chris Stat. Let's see. Matches. I know the chat's already found it. Yeah, Statlander beat Willow in 15 minutes.
She did win. Okay.
So why is Willow out there targeting the AEW Women's Championship? I don't really understand that. Where is Chris Statlander?
Where's Statlander? Is she on Collision too?
Where's Chris Statlander? Why isn't she the number 1 contender for the Women's Championship? Why is maybe Tony forgot that All Out even happened? What am I losing my fucking mind? Maybe it leads to nothing and we're just overreacting, huh? Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. Give me a fucking break. I don't really understand it. Oh, but she can't feel with Mariah, JD. She's a heel. Now, let's just go with the baby face that lost. Ridiculous.
This is sad, man.
The women's division, I don't know what the fuck happened. Tony left, and it's gone right down the fucking toilet. We haven't seen Mercedes. Where the fuck is she?
Don't know.
Where'd she go?
I feel so embarrassed that I had high hopes for the women's division over the summer, and we got nothing.
I wish I had a sound effect of an atomic bomb just dropping and just massive explosions everywhere. I don't have one. Garbage.
We got nothing.
Unbelievable. Yet people will complain, oh, JD's a hater. Really? Tony hates his creative team because clearly it doesn't make any fucking sense. So she's out there as Willow. After a stare down with Mariah May, the music from Mina hit. Distracting Nightingale. May waffled her with the title. She was laid out. May then runs into Mina's arms, who's confused and asking why. She's got her hands out like, what are you doing? I haven't seen you. You haven't answered my phone calls. She hugs Mina, spins her around like she's a long-lost, partner, just come back and returning in her life. Mina was disappointed in Mariah's actions. Yuka chased May off before staring down Mina. I don't know. More Mina, and let's get rid of everybody else. Mariah could stay too. I don't know.
I just don't know what's going on with the women, man. It's the locker room's in shambles. None of the creative makes fucking sense. We got women that are missing for no reason whatsoever. And we got Jamie Hayter stuck on Collision with Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa. I don't understand what the holy hell is going on with the women's division right now.
Mercedes was on the Breakfast Club this morning. What the fuck is that?
I heard about that. I did see clips of that.
Is that like a subscription service for breakfast every morning?
It's a radio show. It's a syndicated radio show.
Okay. What did she do on there? She complained about Vince McMahon and why she left WWE. Is that what I heard today?
No, it's making the PR rounds.
Oh, yeah, PR rounds. She's not even on the fucking show. Come watch Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe. I'm not going to be there, but come watch Yuka Sakazaki.
I just don't get it.
Highest paid woman in the business, and she's been missing since All In. Gee, what a storyline with Camille, man. You bring Camille back, and then she's back off television. Great.
I saw Camille playing softball or baseball somewhere? Are they just on vacation right now?
I don't know. I could see Camille being a very good softball player, though.
Yeah, I think she was killing it, man.
I want to kill this creative. Jon Moxley almost killed Darby Allin tonight. This is the main event of Grand Slam. AEW World Championship title opportunity on the line. And if you guessed that Darby almost killed himself in this match, you guessed correctly. But you win nothing.
Ding, ding.
You win nothing. Every time he's out there, he tries to kill himself. Allin exploded out of the corner to start. Moxley flattened it with a big boot. Corner strikes. Moxley placed Allen's mouth over the ring rope, kicked it violently, and Darby, within like a minute, was already busted open. So he's bleeding from the mouth, which it got a little bit more gruesome towards the end because the cameraman, he was all up in Darby Allin's face, and we saw something that we didn't really need to see tonight. So Moxley,
I thought that was like Joker paint for a minute.
Well, no, it was not.
Oh well.
Moxley is zoning in on Darby's leg. Irish whip into the corner. It was so intense, this Irish whip, that Darby flew through the middle rope and hit the steps on the outside. If you thought Bret Hart's chest bump in the corner was bad, this is like fucking to the umpteenth degree. Anyway, speaking of Bret Hart, I watched the first 2 episodes of the Vince documentary. I've seen nothing of note yet.
Spoiler alert.
I've seen more Hulk Hogan than fucking Vince McMahon in this fucking documentary.
So, yeah, I was talking about that on Twitter. It looks like, and look, the documentary was great, all right? But it was not made for us. It was made for people who are not as informed as we are because they don't follow it as much as we do. If you're interested in the history of WWE, all of those, like, Monday Night War documentaries and this documentary and that documentary, this one was good. It round all that shit up into one documentary. You can catch up on the entire existence of WWF/WWE in this one consolidated documentary. But it's all stuff that we already know.
I think the one biggest takeaway from this entire thing that I've watched so far in 2 episodes is that who was it? Tony Atlas. He mentioned Pat Patterson and Bruce Pritchard obviously lying through the skin of his fucking teeth on this thing.
God, jeez.
Not saying anything derogatory about Pat Patterson. He's no longer with us anymore, right?
Yep.
He's not a pedophile, he says, right? But meanwhile, Tony Atlas literally in the next scene after that, you know, Pat Patterson touched my pecker, he says.
Yeah.
And then the guy behind the camera's like, what? Hey, touched my pecker in the locker room. And then why didn't you go tell Vince, the guy says. And then Tony Atlas is sitting there laughing. What do you want? Who do you want me to tell? What do you think that's going to do?
I'm with Atlas.
He's booking the fucking show.
I'm with Atlas. What the? That's his best fucking. That's his number 2. That's his number 2. Look, we all appreciate Pat for what he did for this industry. But for Bruce to sit there and just straight up lie and say, oh, I didn't know about. Yes, you knew. You knew. It was something else that Bruce sat there and said. I didn't know.
Bruce worked with Vince for 28 years, almost 30 years, and he didn't know?
You know every fucking thing. Bruce knows where the bodies are buried.
You knew what was in his shit when he fucking took a dump every morning. You fucking kidding me?
He knew it all. Please, man.
You know, Tony Atlas got that very obnoxious laugh. You know, he touched my pecker. I'm like, yeah. And then Bruce is legitimately saying, yeah, it was overblown. Get the fuck out. Yeah, I'm sure it was overblown. You fucking fat slob.
Fucking look, Pat was straight up just raping ring boys. I'm sorry, but it's fucking true.
Man, you know, all I heard, man, I heard so many stories about Phil Mushnick, man. I'm looking at this documentary and I'm like, you know what? You know, good on Phil Mushnick, man. That guy's a fucking saint. This guy was going at Vince. I didn't really understand why. Vince knew why. But now after seeing everything playing out over these years and we're sitting now in 2024, I don't blame Mushnick at all for doing what he did, man. I actually 100% support him.
Yeah. No shit,
unbelievable. Anyway, that's just the taste, because I'm sure I'll be reviewing this shit. I'll be going over, maybe we'll do 6 videos and one on each episode. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I got to get through it. I'm only through 2 episodes right now. Nothing really new. We Rita Chatterton, and we got the Ring Boy scandal, you know, him fucking glazing up WrestleMania, and, You know, another highlight was Vince and Hulk and Bruce. 93,000 at the Silverdome, right? It's like they're all brainwashed. And then Meltzer legitimately in the same scene. Nah, it wasn't 93,000. I don't know what the fuck they're on. It's like they all convinced themselves it's 93. It was more like 78.
They have told that lie for so goddamn long. He has started to believe it's reality at this point.
Ridiculous. That just gives you everything you need to know about the mentality that Vince created, the environment that Vince created in WWE.
Don't forget, not that long ago in the documentary, they just got done saying, we here at WWE feel that you are tired of having your intelligence insulted.
Yeah.
But we had 93,000 at the goddamn dome. Which one is it?
We had 103,000 people at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas.
Right.
No, you didn't. Get the fuck out of here. You had 8,000 people in Dallas. You didn't fill that fucking stadium with that show. Fuck out of here.
But then, so for anybody who wants to defend him and say, well, maybe he was talking about the staff and everybody else in the building. No. Vince dumbass said 93,000 paid seats, paid tickets. He literally said that.
Is that still the highest paid attendance show in the history of pro wrestling, that show?
I think according to his kayfabe, it is, sure.
I
think it actually is at 70.
Even if it is 78, it still beats out All In.
Yeah, I think it still does, yeah. I think it still does. Unless there's some like just obscure show that we are not aware of, but yeah, I think that was it. What did they claim in Dallas?
103.
In 2 nights though.
WrestleMania 32?
They claimed 103 for 32?
Yeah, it wasn't 2 nights then. Somewhere around there. It was definitely over 100,000 for sure. They
claimed 100. I thought when they claimed 100, it was a 2-night show.
Yeah, Rusty, I counted everybody that walked through that building, pal.
Jeez Louise, man. It's over. We know you lied about it. Stop. He's still telling that lie.
And then one of the lines was too. Vince was talking about the Rita Chatterton thing, and he said, "If you're convicted of being a rapist, you're a rapist, right? If someone cries rape, then the allegations are, and everybody knows you as a rapist." And then he says, but the statute of limitations ran out.
Yeah.
He's talking about that. It's like as if it's okay when that runs out, when that bypasses. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he ended up paying her off anyway. It's like, all right, you gave her money, so what happened, Vince? Was it rape or was it not rape? I don't really know.
Paid her. Wait. Didn't he pay her off after New York lifted the statute of limitations, though? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So it doesn't matter. The limitations ran out. New York lifted. For those who don't know, New York recently lifted the statute of limitations for sexual abuse, sexual assault.
Yeah,
rape,
Zero Kaiba says it was consensual. Yeah, sure it was.
He consensually made her a millionaire.
That woman was berated and fucking driven into obscurity because nobody believed the words she said, man. Imagine that. That's back in the fucking 80s. Nobody believed her. Imagine if that was now.
Also, I want to take this time to once again, I'm going to post this later, but rest in peace, Ashley Massaro, man.
I didn't watch it. I don't want you to tell me, but was her story brought up at all in this thing or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I was wondering.
Absolutely.
I was wondering if they were going to bring that up.
Absolutely. So I'm glad they brought that up. I mean, that's another one that no one wanted to fucking believe. This woman got such a fucking raw deal to the point where she ended her own fucking life. That's so shitty, man. That's so shitty. And I see people complaining about how Netflix made this documentary make Vince look like a fucking evil villain. That's because he's a fucking evil villain.
And then legitimately in episode 1, he says, there's so many stories I could tell you. And then Vince is like, there's all this salacious, whatever. He was making it out to be like they were all like juicy, salacious stories. And the guy behind the camera was like, you want to tell us a little bit? Oh, I can't explain that to you, pal.
No.
Yeah, let me hear about fucking Mr. T and WrestleMania 1. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Come on.
We gotta hear Stephanie McMahon sit there and try to dance around how her father wanted a storyline where he fucking impregnated her.
Maybe you and me should do a fucking whole review on this thing.
We already talked about it. He's supposed to do one with Ross.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Remember?
Well, you got to come up with a date. What the fuck we doing? What are we doing?
I'm waiting on you.
What are you waiting on me for? I gave you my dates.
You couldn't watch it with. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna watch another 2 episodes tonight. I'll be done by the weekend.
All right. You find out when you're done.
I may be done by tomorrow. I got nothing going on tomorrow. I just may watch the whole fucking thing tomorrow. Anyway.
That's what I was hoping for, but you told me you had to wait.
All right. Well, don't worry about why I have to wait. Moxley, he found himself trapped in the ring apron. This allowed Allin to rake the back, piggyback Moxley. Allin exposed the top corner post and trapped Moxley's arm in the steel post, which looked kind of shitty, but I'm glad it was not that bad here. So he's wrenching away at the arm. Marina Shafir got Moxley free. Allin hits a coffin drop to the floor, following with a low dive from the ring to the outside. Allin went to set up Moxley on a chair. Marina stood in front of him. This delayed whatever was coming, and this allowed Moxley to body slam on the apron. Moxley took the ref. Shafir got some cheap shots in on Darby Allin, and we go to commercial break. So we pick it up after the commercial break. Moxley is in control. Allin starts to fight back. So after Moxley had a beautiful John Woo dropkick. Unbelievable. O'Connor rolled into a coffin splash from Allin. He applied a Fujiwara armbar. Moxley rolled out with Allin, transitioning into a guillotine. Moxley placed Allin in the corner, paintbrushed the hell out of him. Shafir helped Moxley remove the mat at ringside. Moxley screamed that Allin asked for this. He was going to deliver a Death Rider, and Allin floated over. Moxley was shoved into the steps. Allin goes back in the ring. He runs the ropes, and he tries another suicide dive. Moxley sidesteps him, and he hits splat on the unprotected outside of the ringside area. Guy's fucking crazy. I don't get it. Moxley picked him up and then power bombed him into the fucking steps. On top of the steps. Guy's just ridiculous. So, after that suplex spot, Moxley is in complete control here. He no-sold some shots from Darby. He charged only to run into an exposed turnbuckle. This let Allin get a schoolboy for 2. Allin tried a coffin drop, leapt into Moxley's arms, rear naked choke. He tried to transition into the bulldog choke. Darby Allin at this point is visibly starting to fade, and the camera zooms in on his mouth. He was bleeding in the beginning of the match, and you just start to see him spit up foamy blood in the camera, and the camera then zoomed away. I'm like, did we really need to see that? I mean, I'd like to enjoy my beverage while I'm watching this show, and I didn't even want to drink my beverage anymore. So that's when
commentary kindly reminded us that Darby was just hit by a fucking car, a bus this year.
Yes, in New York. So he is fading. He gets to the ropes. They both fight into the corner. Allin wanted a superplex. Shafir jumped on the apron. This delay was enough for Moxley to counter into an avalanche Death Rider, which looked great for the 1, 2, 3. And that was it. Darby is finished. Post-match, doctors ran in to check on Darby Allin. Bryan Danielson runs out with a tie. That's exactly what it was. Choked out Moxley. Shafir tried to stop him. Pac and Claudio ran down, pulled him off. Private Party and Commander ran out. Oh, man, I can't wait for this one. They were easily taken out by the Blackpool Combat Club. Danielson was about to hit the Busaiku knee on Moxley, but Claudio and Pac pulled him to safety. BCC bailed as Danielson took the microphone. Says if Moxley wanted a war, he now declares war. Danielson says, come Wrestle Dream. He's going to kick Moxley's fucking head in. And that's the way the show went off the air.
It's going to be a good one, man.
It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it.
I wonder if Justin Roberts broke out into cold sweats when he saw the tie come.
I guess that was all done tongue-in-cheek there. So I thought this was a very good show. Minus the women's match, I thought was the downer of the night. And then obviously Roddy and Hook, which was very short, but they did retire the FTW title. Outside that, I thought this was a very good show. And moving on from there, we do have AEW Rampage Grand Slam. We do. I didn't really know that. The only match I know is Willow versus Taya Valkyrie. I mean, good luck watching that.
She's still here?
I don't know. Collision Grand Slam is looking like this. Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler versus Private Party and Commander. So that match is happening. Beast Mortos versus Dralistico versus Hologram. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hologram.
Beast Mortos. Can't miss a Beast Mortos match, bro. Jack Perry defends against Minoru Suzuki in a TNT title match. Thanks, chat, for spoiling for me. I don't have to watch it. Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. Lumberjack strap match. Okada versus Sammy Guevara. Big Bill, Chris Jericho, and Brian Keith versus the Conglomeration. And Jamie Hitter versus Saraya in a Saraya rules. That's a lot of match for Saturday night.
Why is Jamie Hayter stuck on fucking...
I think we got Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb as well.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe
Does
that's
the winner
happening
of the
on
match-
Rampage. I have no fucking clue.
Does the winner of the match get to go back to Dynamite?
I don't know. I don't care.
Well, has Britt Baker been
listen,
relegated to
Britt,
Collision?
if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is there any reason why you're stuck on Collision?
Maybe you should ask her.
Nope.
No, you don't want.
Nope,
you
nope,
don't want any part of that business.
Nope. I don't want her to bash me on Twitter again. Nope. No way.
Anyway, guys, we're going to get into your super chats, but quickly, a word from tonight's sponsor. I want to thank my friends over at Game Time. They are sponsoring the show. If you guys need tickets to anything, man, sporting events, I know playoff baseball's coming up, WNBA playoffs are happening, football season's in full swing, basketball season's going to be starting very, very soon. You guys want to go to a concert or a Broadway play, Game Time has got you covered. Anything you want, they got it. Sign up, download the app, use that promo code JD from NY. $20 off your first purchase. And I want to thank them tonight for sponsoring the AEW Dynamite post right here on OTS. Today's podcast is brought to you by Game Time. Game Time built a ticket marketplace that makes it faster and easier to get into your favorite events at a moment's notice. Game Time provides the premier marketplace for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada, eliminating the need for printing and built a better way to access the best live experiences right from your phone. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use promo code JD from NY for $20 off your first purchase. You guys know how much I love my music, man. Music is very important to who I am as a person. And you guys know my love for rock and roll, heavy metal. And that's why this year I'm actually going to see Myles Kennedy again. This is the second time I'm seeing him live in concert. If you guys don't know who Myles Kennedy is, he's the lead singer of Alter Bridge. He's got a solo band as well. Seeing him for the second time for his solo act. And it's going to be in Philadelphia, I believe. I actually purchased my tickets to go see Myles for this second time via Game Time. And if you guys know anything about him and Alter Bridge, man, the performances that they put on are absolutely beautiful. I'm not afraid to admit it. His first album is all acoustic. His first album includes a love song that is very emotional and very near and dear to my heart. I actually seen this for the first time when I went to go see him perform live. I actually started crying right there in the front row, man. It was an experience that I'm probably never going to forget. And I remember the lady next to me, she actually gave me a tissue to wipe my eyes during the performance. It was a very rough time during that period of my life, so hearing that song and hearing him and being so close to him was a very, very emotional experience. I can't wait to go see him again. It's happening right around my birthday. I got my tickets with Game Time, and like I said, man, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to go see, Game Time has got you covered. Some other great features that Game Time provides: all-in ticket pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Seat views. This is my favorite thing about the app. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. How many times do you buy tickets? They tell you where you're sitting, but you don't really know where you are sitting. With Game Time, you don't have to worry about that at all. And get this, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code JD from NY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem that promo code JD from NY, $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's game time. Thank you guys for supporting Game Time. As we're going to get into your super chats and then wrap up here on Off the Script. Shout out to my Twitch family as well. Thank you for you guys watching over there. Would love to start building that community back up. But if you guys want to keep Jesse and me here for a little bit longer, man, get those super chats in. Let's start with who's the first one entering the venue tonight, man? Sinister Classic with 23 months. Claudio and Pac should have attacked Bryan after the match. Christian comes out to cash in, but Claudio says nobody's taking that belt off him but Mox. I don't know if that's going to... I mean, that wouldn't have been smart by Christian. Christian's not an idiot. Why would he be out there with all those other guys out there? Christian is outworking everybody, bro. He's said it from day one. Come on now. Michelle Moran with a 5. Found Bryan Nigel's match okay. Not a big deal to me. 15 years later, Darby Mox was solid, but a little too one-sided. I hope Darby gets rewarded for tonight. He is not getting rewarded. In what way? I don't know. He's not going to be the world champion. Indigo! What's up, brother? 45 months. He's 3 months away from that elusive Mustang emote. He says, hey, JD, much respect. I just left the stadium. I wore my OTS hoodie to represent the fam. Some were mad. LOL. Oh, Indigo, you got to tell me more, brother. I'd love to know. The tag match was match of the night. People were mad you wore an off-the-script hoodie into Arthur Ashe Stadium to an AEW show, man. Jesus Christ, Jesse. I think we're fucking hated, man. Legitimately.
Who got mad exactly?
Hey, Indigo, you got to let me know, brother. Joseph Gonzalez with a $4.99. It was announced tonight that AEW is moving to Triller TV permanently. This indicates to me that there is no streaming deal happening. Thoughts? Well, you have guessed wrong, Joseph. They are moving to Triller permanently because they are no longer doing business with Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is owned by HBO and Max. So why would they be on Bleacher Report when they're just going to move everything over to Max? Durr. Joseph Barker with a $50 bomb. Thank you, Joseph. Or Jason, rather. Joseph, thank you. And Jason, thank you for the $50 bomb. Jason Barker, the IWC Tribal Chief. Hey, JD, I have a question for you. Great show tonight. Beyond the Script seems to still be stuck on the SRS argument. And because I didn't egg him on, had blocked me. Did he block you, and what is your take on that? Jason, thank you, brother, for your generosity. I always enjoy having you here, man. I tweeted at Beyond the Script to end whatever is going on with Fightful, man. I talked about this on Friday SmackDown after the show was over. Stop. We're not mentioning them. We don't like their content, and they don't like ours. We'll just leave it be. We know what we do here is special. We know what we do nobody else is doing. So stop. What are you arguing with them for? If you don't like SAP, that's fine. I made peace with it. Let's move on, please. Enough of the bullshit. Whatever you guys do on social media, you're going to be a direct reflection on me, man. I told you to stop. Why are you continuing it?
I blocked that ass clown on 2 different accounts.
I don't know what his problem was. I told him to stop. He told me he was going to stop.
The guy is, he's on the spectrum, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm legit.
Hero with a $5 super chat. Nurse, we have enough patients suffering from dumb babyface syndrome. Goes by Darby Allin. Please administer an psych evaluation and a straitjacket immediately.
What did Darby do?
He gave up his title shot and lost it.
Hey, he likes to fight. What?
Yeah, well, Bryan was good to go by tonight's show. He could have just waited. It was a little ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Hero, thank you. Basic with a $4.99. AEW is WWE light. Yeah, if they keep bringing in Bobby Lashley and MVP and Shelton Benjamin, sure.
I think it'll be. I think we can probably count on one hand how many people that AEW is featuring right now that has not worked for WWE. But that's not a slight. The point is, everyone has worked for WWE. Everyone.
Everybody's worked for WWE. That is true. Basic, thank you. Wolf Dragon Monster Den with a $5 super chat. Can we see Darby challenge Christian for his contract for the title? Always listen to your review before watching the show. OTS for life. I appreciate that, Wolf Dragon. Thank you, brother. No, he's not going to challenge Christian Cage. That would be ridiculous. Christian's never going to allow that to happen.
Christian is a smart heel. He will use his time wisely and that contract wisely to ensure that he will become champion at some point.
Yep. Jason with a 10. After the show, look at the New Japan Twitter. Kenny Omega might be an inch closer to being cleared or has been cleared. Check it out, y'all. Met up with Hiroshi Tanahashi. But why would Kenny Omega come back after being medically cleared to New Japan and not AEW? That's the only question I have. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Coiled Phoenix with 34 months. Thank you, Coiled Phoenix. Always good to see Coiled Phoenix in the chat. I'm sorry, JD, but I have to disagree with Moxley going for the title. I don't think AEW should be going back to the past. They should be moving forward. I could see that argument.
John Cena is like a 47-time world champion. Add in Ric Flair's, and you got 100 or so.
And Coil, especially if, and Jesse makes a good point, if Cody and Randy wrestle for the title, Randy's going to be the WWE champion. So would WWE be going backwards too?
I mean, there's a very finite number of people on the roster. And then how many of those people are eligible to be world champion? It's a very small number. You're going to get multiple champions, bro.
Yeah. Dave Melee with a $20 super chat. I saw Castrating the Marks crossover you did with Vince Russo a few days ago. I'm very happy to see your hard work and dedication is really paying off. I can see you having a show on Sirius on the horizon. I hope so.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch that show. I can't sit and listen to Vince Russo.
Bro.
Man. I can't. I tried. I did try.
Yeah, Vince is not bad, man. Vince is not bad. Where's my OBS? There you go. Let's see here. We got, and yes, shout out to Sirius and Busted Open, man. You know, Dave LaGreca reached out to me this week about the Tony Khan interview. So
there we go.
You know, he, I'll tell you off the air, Jesse, what happened. And, you know, he,
that's one right there.
Yeah, he saw my tweet about the interview with him and Tony Khan, and he told me a couple of things, and it was something that I hope I could work with him in the future. I just leave it at that.
Now that is a much better collab. Right
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, man of 1,005 holds, $5 super chat. AEW needs to spread out some of their pay-per-views and special shows, all in, all out. Grand Slam, Wrestle Dream are too close and prevent the long-term booking feuds from emerging. Well, if Brian Alvarez is to be believed, Tony Khan is no longer doing long-term booking, so this is right up his alley. Edward Liu with a $4.99. With two declining franchises, which should TK put his sole attention on? Jaguars or AEW? Basically, does TK even have the ability to fix both messes? I don't know. What are the Jaguars doing? Are they 0-2?
The Jaguars is not Tony Khan's problem. It's Shad Khan's problem.
There you go.
AEW is Tony Khan's problem.
And he's getting a $170 million, $200 million TV deal per year.
There you go. Seems to be a priority right there.
Edward Liu, thank you. Liv Morgan flavored ice cream with a $10 super chat. Whenever I feel my job is overwhelming, I just imagine the guy who had to edit Meltzer's interview during the McMahon documentary, and I don't feel so bad anymore. You know, Dave actually was very well spoken during the documentary. How many edits there were, I have no clue, but he was very well spoken during what I've saw so far.
I'm frozen. I have no idea why, bro.
Oh, you're frozen?
No clue why.
You're not frozen on my end.
I'm frozen on YouTube.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Guys, all of my everything is functioning on my end. I have no idea.
You're
why
moving
I'm
now.
frozen. Am I?
It's because you made fun of.
There we are.
It's because you made fun of Yuka Sakazaki. That's why.
Yeah, that was like an hour ago.
I know. Who we got here? Don Fanucci with a $2 super chat. Your show keeps my passion for wrestling alive. OTS. Thank you, brother. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. So Roosh just aligned himself with Beast Mortos. Did he?
Roosh did?
Roosh aligned himself with Beast Mortos.
Was it Rush? Is it Leo Rush?
Roosh.
Oh.
Pause with a $2 super chat. Who do you have winning the Royal Rumble? Too early to give you an opinion. We don't know, man. I'll tell you more as soon as we get to Netflix.
Rumble. Who's winning the Rumble? Who's winning the Rumble?
The John Wick of Spider Hunters, Nate TV with 26 months. Hey, JD, I have heard you destroyed the Snowflake, Dax, and Sap on X. At least you had better arguments than Logan Paul. If you ever need help, call rapper Coinstar.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a vicious tweet towards Sap, but then we ended up agreeing to delete all our tweets. But I have it saved for a rainy day in case you want to start with me again.
See, you just. Oh. Wait, has Bailey won a Royal Rumble?
She won last year.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. I forgot.
Yes, Dax is a snowflake. Dax is a coward. He says he was going to invite me out to coffee. He never got back to me. Guy told me to DM him and get the hotel information so we can meet up for coffee. He never reached out to me.
Hey, man.
Does that make him does that make him Pussywood? Dax Pussywood? No?
I mean, he was already. No, not like softwood. Let's stick with softwood.
Right. Okay.
It's not a hardwood.
We don't have no problem with Dax. None.
Softwood.
Caden Crawford with a new membership. Thank you, Caden. Jay Solstice with a 50. Representing the OTS family while on vacation in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Entertaining show as always. The Beast Mortos. Stuff kills me. Cheers, gents. Bro, I'll be glued to my television on Saturday when he wrestles Hologram. Oh, man. I can't wait. I'm going to skip out on going out to the cocktail bar to watch Beast Mortos.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I just realized who's going to win the Rumble for the women.
It starts with a C and ends with Android. Yeah, sure. Woo! Please.
You know it's Charlotte time, man. She is definitely winning the Rumble, bro.
God, save me now. And we have Justin Heese or Hesse, $4.99. What do you call a French man wearing sandals? Philippe Falop. I think we'll just keep the.
I want Sidro back.
Yeah, let's keep the jokes to Sidro, bro. Really.
I want Sidro back.
Yeah. Rusty Wagner with 35 months. AEW is coming to Cleveland. I'll be showing the OTS his #1 sign in the IWC. Good? I hope so. More OTS representation.
Sorry,
just don't get it banned from the venue, man. They may kick you out.
I am sorry, guys. I don't create the future. I just predict it. Woo!
Please, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Thank you guys for all the love, man. We appreciate you guys very much. Great show tonight. Always a great show on Wednesday nights. We are the best duo on Wednesday nights.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys see another duo on Wednesday night, fuck them. Yeah. They ain't us.
Not like us.
They're not like us. They don't sound like us. They don't look like us. Thank you guys very much for all your support, man. Follow us on social media. You guys know the deal. At JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Go follow Jesse at Shottown Smart. And on YouTube, click the link down below in the description. You guys can go follow Jesse on YouTube. Thank you to Super Chat Love. Hit that subscribe button to this channel. We are legitimately a handful of subscribers away from 162,000. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content. TNT last night with Jason was a great show. We talked about a lot of the Vince stuff and AEW, Raw, and Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Good stuff.
One more super chat.
Huh?
One more super chat.
We got one more super chat. Who is it? John Wick of Spider Hunters, $10 super chat. JD, congrats I'm calling Jay Briscoe's last match. I have to ask, did you say anything to him before he sadly left us? I remember meeting him outside of an Impact taping. He's one of the nicest people ever. Yes, I shook his hand. I shook both him and Mark's hand before we left the building. They were very nice. Very, very welcoming. But yes, guys, thank you very much. All the content that you might have missed on the channel, go check it out. Second channel, link down below. And Game Time. Go check out Game Time. Download the app. Code JD from NY. $20 off your first purchase. Go check them out today. Until then, guys, I will see you back Friday live after SmackDown right here on OTS. I'll see you guys later.